welcome back to the Peter H channel, and if you've subscribed recently or a long-term subscriber, thank you very much. As I'm a long-term K12 owner of the Micra, I've noticed a place where rust has appeared, which is unusual because it's got a pretty good paint job. But let's go and have a look. So I'm standing by the rear left quarter, and if you work your way up there, in between the tailgate. Okay, so now I can see it clearly. In between there, where the roof ends and the tailgate begins, the paint is not so thick on the body shell. Now this car is quite old, and the rust is beginning to appear. If I open the tailgate up, there you can actually see the primer of the body shell under that rust. It's very surface, but it goes all the way along. So looking in the back there, you can see the primer, the paint is flicked off and out all the way along. So what am I going to do? Yeah, so looking in there, you can actually see a body panel. Really probably needs new sealant in there. That's from the roof gutter, so that will become a rust spot. It's just started to go rusty. There's nothing to worry about just at the moment, but I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna take a radical solution to this. Well, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you shouldn't use hammerite on a brush on a car, you know, but hammerite is actually the best, and this is smooth right, so it doesn't have the hammered finish. It's actually the best metal paint direct to rust. So that's right, it's minimal surface preparation. Now you can see how tricky it is to get here. You know, it's be very hard to spray this without removing the tailgate, which is obviously going to take a lot of time, possibly a lot of money. So this is going to stay that rust. It's going to stay this rust for a couple more years. Stay on the road, you know. And it's a hard place to spot unless you're looking for it. You know, and if at a later date you can just paint over this, you could paint over the genuine graphite grey, just paint over it later and use this as a sort of base primer. You could rub it down if you were that way inclined, but I'm just trying to stop the rust developing, and that's what I'm going to use. Just brush with a brush. Looks like a stick, don't it? Anyway. Yeah, so that rust, wow. Roof ends there and the rust appears, and it goes all the way along. It's quite tricky to get to without removing the tailgate. So I've got the tailgate half open or half closed, depending if you're pessimistic or not. And I'm just like I say, I'm just gonna get in there with the brush, and if I feel like taking the tailgate off later and giving it a proper paint job, you know, I'm just trying to prevent the rust developing into large holes, which it will do if it's not treated. Where I had overpaint, I just used white spirit and a kitchen towel to wipe clean. Okay, so from the outside, I mean, you have to be looking to spot this, but it's kind of rest assured that the rust isn't going to develop. It's something to keep an eye on. Let's have a look from the other side. Yeah, so you can just see under there, it's a little bit messy paint job. It's hard to get to, actually, but I'm pretty confident that that's going to stop that rust, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. You know, it'll take years to develop anyway, I think. Really difficult to get down there. So, I mean, that bit sticks out because the camera's right in it. But it goes all the way along. see if we can keep an eye on it. How sticky out is it? Okay, it's not paint, is it? It's just a smudge. This angle I can see I've missed a bit on the hinge there. Anyway, I'm going to have to get busy with the paintbrush and get back into that. Okay, thanks for watching. I know that wasn't a concours d'elegance finish, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for something cheap and fast. You know, I haven't got to remove the tailgate. It's, you know, it's not the finest paint job in the world, but it's going to stop that rust.